welcome to the Overly Opinionated Podcast. Rest in peace to fallen kings, queens, and in-betweens.
And free to guys.
And Stop Cop City. Be a good human. Shout out to all of the job quitters out there because y'all really do make this job market go round. And we have our friendly neighborhood job quitter.
Wow.
And our friendly neighborhood job quitter and men hater. Shout out Karis, man.
Huh? Men. Light skin.
No, it's all men.
No,
I don't
it's
believe in it. It's all men.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Shout out Karis, a good friend of mine from what I consider childhood. How art thou?
Alive and well.
Congratulations.
Yes, despite my best efforts.
Let's do this. We got some shit. The first thing that I wanted to get to is off the table now because you said you watch wrestling sometimes.
I'm sorry. We can still bash it.
No.
It's bad.
Oh, whoa. No one said that just because you said you liked wrestling, we weren't gonna bash it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm still on the side of what's right. I just
Okay.
Entertainment's entertainment. It's very bad.
That's true.
Yeah.
I got the shock of my life at work probably Tuesday. I'm chilling at work. Usually if I'm there late enough, the cleaning staff comes in. And this is like my only interaction with actual Akron niggas
Okay.
while at my place of business.
Fair.
Dude comes in, says what's up, shakes my hand, and I'm like, yo, what's good with you, bro? Like, how you living? And he was like, oh, man, I'm so excited. I got
to Cleveland.
I got tickets to WrestleMania. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh.
Velcro shoes.
Now, I can't.
Wow. Oh, you fit right in. That's
There's
crazy.
no way. You're not about to tell me you actively sought WrestleMania tickets and you tie your shoes.
He does. Well, I don't know. Maybe someone else tied his shoes.
Slip-ons?
The shoes were tied.
Okay. So there was laces involved.
There were laces involved.
Okay. But you checked because you were looking for that Velcro. Because that's the only way you know. You know. You
not
can
right,
speak
though.
to it for a fact because you checked.
That's
you
not
did
true.
check. You
That's
said
not true.
WrestleMania.
Nah,
okay.
he had Jordans
And you got your
on,
own shoes
so
on.
I noticed them. That's all it was.
Which ones, though? Team?
That's okay.
No. He had some shoes.
I'm not bashing his shoes. I'm
we
not
are.
trying to bash his shoes. I just thought that there'd be a little bit of a correlation there, but that's fine.
Now, I had to search my heart for some empathy because my first reaction was, are you fucking kidding me?
Bozo?
Is this for real?
If somebody gave me tickets, I would definitely go.
Exactly. But I mean,
buy them.
My man,
Oh, gosh.
I mean, we're losing $500 on this. And I'm guessing. He didn't tell me prices. But
about to find the prices right now.
We're
I need
losing
to know.
$500 on this. And it's wrestling. You know?
Now that's pickup truck. That's pickup truck talk right there.
It's acting, bro.
I'm a truck guy.
Yeah,
It's acting.
it is. It's terrible acting, but it is acting.
I was able to dig deep and remember there being an 11-year-old me
Amen.
that would have loved to go to WrestleMania.
But this is a grown
Amen.
ass man.
Especially, this is a show. Bro, stop. There are things, you were just arguing before we started this, that you still have some childlike tendencies, right?
Yeah.
We all like to have something
Yeah,
that
do
we
what makes you
connect to.
happy.
Yeah. We all have something that we like to connect to from a time past, right?
Sure.
This is his. And I was able to be like, nah, that's cool, bro. I'm happy for you, especially since this is something like, you've probably been wanting to do this shit since you were 9.
$750 for one WrestleMania ticket in Philadelphia.
Wow.
You want to finish?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was just curious if
that's
you like to
crazy.
finish because a 11-year-old can't even pull that off.
That has to be the
So-
most expensive movie ticket ever. Gotta be.
To the world's worst movie.
Like-
Seeing it in person is wild because you can really see that they are not
Now,
funny.
I had the opportunity to go see it in person, but I didn't. And
I would go.
I was
Was that
still
the
a fan.
average ticket?
No, this is Super Bowl. This is their Super Bowl.
No, I'm saying, where is that ticket? Like 700. It can't be.
Let me see. That's section 217 in row 10. It is back here where this blue is highlighted. If you can see that, I can blow it up for you.
Now,
No, that is the nosebleeds.
wrestling used to.
Can you
still
screenshot
is.
that and send it to me?
I absolutely can. I'd be happy to.
You a different type of guy
I am.
if you go to wrestling though.
Now, I don't want to do that. See, this is. I was happy to have Karis here, someone who supports the company.
No.
I do support it. It's
You do.
entertainment. And if I do not support McMahon, I want to be very clear about that. That man is heinous. But I do enjoy like watching the wrestling
Okay.
portion of it.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic, if anything.
Okay, I can
And,
understand
yeah.
it being nostalgic.
Yeah, it's very like I used to watch with my grandfather.
Yeah.
And like WrestleMania, like Wrestle Mondays, Monday Night Raw, stuff like
Yeah.
that. It was a bonding moment for us.
For
and
sure.
so that is why when I watch it, I think of him. He's very much still alive, but he is older and it's just different now. And so, and I live in a different city, so I don't see him as much, but I can call him on Mondays and I know he watching wrestling and, you know, we can talk about it. If I watch it too, I'll know what he's talking about and I can actually be like, did you see this? And that's, you know, it's a nostalgic thing and it's something that connects me to him. So it's not, this stuff is real and it gets serious. Like, I'm not crazy.
That's
I'm
how
not
I used to
bad.
watch it.
Same.
That's how I used to watch it.
Yeah.
And one time, my grandfather and I put a bet on one of the fights, and he lost his bet, and then he was just like, "That stuff ain't even real." And that's when when the rose-colored glasses come off, and you see how fake it is. Like when your eyes is open to it, it's like finding out Santa's not real, and you're just like, none of this makes sense anymore. It hurt, and he literally did that because he lost the bet. Like
But
a quarter bet. It
that's
wasn't even like we were
I
children.
I
Like
couldn't believe how I missed all this though.
I know. It's like you're just like,
Like,
I've been blind my whole life.
Well, more y'all been lying to me my whole life. That's what it felt
And
like
you
to
can
me.
see
No,
it.
'cause if
That's
you
what's
watch
so
it now,
crazy. You
this
can
like-
see it.
Not if you're 8. If you're 8, it does nothing.
It was sick.
You don't have the.
It's actually
the
sick the way that
evidence
they're doing
reading
it.
abilities.
It was
I
crazy.
used to debunk the videos on YouTube, bro. I swear to God, people used to say that shit was fake. Get the fuck. No, it's not.
Me
That
going
shit was
toe to
not
toe with
fake,
them. I'm like,
bro.
I saw it with my
Like,
own eyes.
That's a fact.
You
And
can
then-
go back and rewatch those episodes on YouTube, and you're just like,
Yeah, how dare
what
I?
was I thinking?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it used to always come on around my birthday.
I know.
yeah.
That's why we're talking
Yeah.
about this. This
So,
comes out
yeah.
around
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
And
When's your birthday?
April 2nd.
Oh, wait.
So I used to always, that was like our birthday gift. We used to
Yeah.
order it. We watching it.
Wow.
Our part. That was
Wow.
it. Every year, it never changed. But I just can't, like, if you
was
watch it now,
hurtful.
it's like,
It
that's
hurts.
crazy to me.
It's like, wow, I was eating this up, and it was.
So
sad.
I was shocked at this. This is a grown man. I've got plenty of respect for the guy, and this is like the last time he told me he was excited, it was because it was about to be his birthday. He was
Yeah.
about to go celebrate. He was about to go to another city, get
Yeah.
drunk a bunch in in this other city with a whole bunch of the homies. And I was like, that's how you get down.
Mm-hmm.
Godspeed. This came out of the fucking blue. Like, I mean, we're talking
The
about
duality of man, actually.
Sure,
I think this is a
sure.
perfect example of that.
Yeah, and he's like stoked about it. Like he's like, yeah, man, it's about to be like the biggest thing, you know. Like it's a whole
Oh,
bunch
boy.
of like I might be able to meet some of these dudes. And it's like I can't help but to like,
Yeah.
I understand it, and I don't like, you know, I'm not shitting on nobody or nothing, but
Wow.
what are you doing? I mean, like just
It's his Roman Empire. It's okay.
Now, I got a real close friend of mine. We grew up watching wrestling together. And I know SummerSlam is coming here to Cleveland or something. Sometime this year it's coming
Okay.
to Cleveland. And he sent me the link, like, hey, we should go get tickets.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't watch this shit no more.
yeah,
Like,
until SummerSlam.
It's like a gateway drug to UFC. I think
No.
you start with WrestleMania. If you grew up liking WrestleMania and stuff like that, then you might enjoy UFC now. That's how I felt about it. It's just like if you want to see some people really getting knocked out,
boxing is the gateway to UFC for me.
that's fair. That's fine. I kind of took the jump from WrestleMania to UFC, and I used to love Silva, and then Silva broke his leg, which was kind of his whole thing. I still watch it from here and there, but I'm like, I don't know. That was how I kind of got into UFC, was from that, because I'm pretty anti-violence, but for some reason,
Really?
that blood sport is, yeah. Is that surprising?
I feel like you threatened to cut me earlier.
I will
but
threaten to cut anyone, and I will. I don't want to though, but I will.
Like,
That's not a
wow.
We got
want
her.
violence. I think that's just kind of the easiest method to hurt somebody is cutting them.
Like, if you could ban like fighting sports, like, would you?
No,
Well,
it's a sport.
She
not
said
the
she's,
same-
I
that's
said
not the
she's
same thing.
anti-violent.
I am
Them niggas-
anti-violence,
someone
but
just
like
got
violence. I don't necessarily like how physical some sports are. Like football is just y'all are getting messed up. But if you love it, go for it. I personally, I'm not gonna watch it, and I can watch UFC to a point, but then after a while, it's like this isn't even really a competition because some of them really get in the ring with people they have no business fighting up against, and that's just like I can't watch you get literally murdered. But yeah,
This is actually a surprisingly good segue to one of the topics that I was real
Yay!
excited to talk about.
segue.
You can buy my integrity.
Okay, what does that mean?
So I haven't been in a position where someone was trying to buy my integrity,
Right?
but I'm not super against it the way that other people seem to be.
Give me an example.
So if somebody was going to pay me to peddle this protein powder that I've never used before in my life to people who will probably believe me.
It's so funny you
Yeah, I'll do
say
it.
that because I 100% was like, at one point in time, I was like, I am gonna go get my body done and then start selling tummy tea to make back the money from getting my body done. I was like, first of all, I'm already naturally kind of on the thinner side. I was like, it'd be nothing to just be like, listen, I have a flat tummy because I drink this tea every day. And that's crazy, but I would do it.
I would do it.
I would.
Nah.
Now, the reason that I say this, and please hear my argument first. Please hear my argument first. I know that what I'm saying is crazy, but I think it makes sense. Social media is not real.
It's not.
In my world, social media is not even a
100%
real
not
thing.
real.
It is a world. It's like WWE.
Yeah.
I go there from time to time, see what the kayfabe is, and then get the fuck out of there. Like
For
that's
entertainment. It's not to
just
take and make a
entertainment,
part
right?
of you. Yeah.
So to me, the people that I know, they know me. The people that are on my social media, they're people that I actually know. The people that are out here, the hundreds of thousands of people that are going to buy this protein powder that I've never tried before in my life, I think you're using social media wrong. I'm okay with capitalizing on that. I'm
That's
genuinely
how
all right
I
with
tell you
that.
because nobody can sell me liquid laxative
Ever.
But if you want it, you made up your decision already. You were gonna buy it whether it was me selling it or somebody else that also just got their body done. Like, and my thing is, unfortunately, everybody know I'm lying. Like, I had to put the video of me getting engaged for people to believe that I was actually engaged.
I missed the video.
So, you didn't see the video?
No.
I'm pretty sure I sent it to you on Instagram.
Like, you be lying a lot?
A lot. Like, I'm pretty
She
sure
lies a lot.
throughout my entire time in college, I was telling people
I thought she was married.
engaged. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was married.
I thought she was married.
And because it was just easier.
Don't all women do that, though?
Yeah. People thought I stopped drinking for a time and people thought I was pregnant. I was just like, sure, if that's what you think. And
Karis,
like,
that's crazy.
at some point, I never told them I
I'm-
was.
I'm actually
I just
a fan
stopped
of that.
drinking, and I was at OU, which is a predominant, like it's a party
yeah,
school.
that goes
So
crazy.
to stop drinking at OU, people are like,
Got to be a reason.
you must be down for the count because, and they just thought that, and I wasn't clearing up rumors. I was just like, I
Sure.
mean,
I would have made them worse.
I mean,
Fuck
at
them
some
kids.
point you gonna have to wonder what happened, right? Like, ain't no
Right.
kid coming out, so
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, no. When I finally did get engaged, I told some people, like I told my friends or texted them. Nobody believed a word I was saying. Nobody believed a single word I was saying because I always wore a ring. Now, mind you, the difference is it never looked like this, but I've always worn a ring. And so it just was easier. It was easier when I used to go places a lot by myself, and I love doing things by myself. I love going out to eat by myself. I go to the movies by myself. And it's just easier when you have a wedding band on to not be disturbed
Yeah.
than it is to say, oh, I have a boyfriend, I have a man. Nobody cares about that. But for some reason, the sanctity of marriage is just a little bit serious enough where
Yeah,
people
you
are
ain't
like,
playing.
okay, I'm going to leave
Yeah.
you alone. Yeah.
This is something that we can probably get into a little bit later, but you are one of the most like honest introverts
Liars.
that I know. Like one of the most accurate to the definition of an introvert that I've ever known.
you.
Yeah, I don't know that
Thank
that's a
you.
compliment, but you got it.
I won't be offended by it.
I use you as an example when I'm talking to my wife about, if someone
you
is...
and Sarah call me a cat, which is fine.
You are
but that is how
human cat, yes.
Yeah, she took it
able
a step
to-
further when she said she go out to eat by herself.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
she's
I
a real
don't
life
mind eating
introvert.
by
So
myself,
much
but
more
not in
of
public.
So when me and my fiance started dating, I hate saying fiance, but I feel like saying husband's crazy and boyfriend is low key disrespectful at this point.
Not
But
even low key.
like, right? You got to be. I usually say the man I'm living with, but that takes too much time.
No, that's crazy.
That's usually what it's accurate.
That's crazy.
It's wildly accurate.
That's-
It's wildly accurate. Though.
Nah, that's crazy.
It's
That's
so
worse than
accurate.
boyfriend.
Oh,
It's the house he bought. So
Even
I
crazier.
mean, the layers to this.
I'm is the man I live with. Anyway, so when we started dating, he actually got deployed, and so he was overseas. And before we had started dating, right before he left.
So you had an imaginary boyfriend for a few months.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the very crucial stages of the beginning of our relationship. He literally was just like,
Right.
we have been friends for years, platonic friends for a very long time. And then he was just like, I like you. I think we should do this. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And he was like, okay, I got to go for a year. Think about it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to, because he was just like, I'm not going to make you, be like locked down while I'm overseas.
Real nigga
But I was just
activities.
like, I'm not gonna date somebody and then get into something and then you come back and I'm like, well, okay, the other man that I've spent this whole year with, you gotta go because I told him we would figure this out. So I just stayed by myself and stayed single and like truly, well, not single, I was with him, but like just truly didn't do anything else. So I took myself out to dinner a lot. I did a lot. I love food, so I did a lot of fine dining. And I hate fine dining now, but because it's just more money for less food. It's a crazy concept. But I wanted to have those experiences, so I did a lot of eating out by myself. And I always had a really good experience. Usually I would get something for free, or like the server would bring me free dessert, or like I get to meet the owners or something like that, because people are so intrigued when you're eating by yourself that
Ain't it like a pity
everybody
thing?
wants to,
That's like a pity thing, right?
I think it might be.
For women, though.
It might be.
Honestly,
but
who cares?
I was gonna say I didn't care because I'm like, I'm not embarrassed by it. Like, I'm here to eating food. Like, it's just, I don't need accompaniment. And I do ask for a table, and because people try to put you at the bar, and it's like, I don't like sitting at the bar to eat a full meal. So I get a table, but I'll get a small table. Like, if you have a 2-seater, like, I'll sit in the corner or whatever. But I just would go out and eat by myself, and I put my phone down, and like, I wasn't on my phone or anything. I might bring a book, or I might write or journal, or bring my laptop if it's like something during the day. And it was always a good experience. Like, it wasn't like I was just like, there was very few times where I was just not talking to anybody. People are a lot more engaging, and you get to meet a lot of fun people and do a lot of cool things when you go places by yourself. You just have the freedom to, because usually when you're with somebody, your attention is kind of with them. You're drawn to that person. And I personally like to just kind of be more open to whatever the experience is.
People also avoid talking to someone that already has someone to talk
Exactly.
to.
Yeah.
That is I don't know if that's like a social contract that we all have
don't know.
automatically signed, but it's a thing that happens.
I don't know. That's true, though.
But back to the integrity thing, I think for the most part, people are against doing something that is against who they are
Fair.
for money.
Fair.
I get that, and I think
I'm
that's
against
that
working
is
in
a
general.
hill to die on, and I don't disagree with you. But the way that I see it, I could better my situation and the people that I actually fucks with situation if I were to gain, generational wealth from something as easy as lying to people I don't give a fuck about. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to be out here not giving a fuck about people. It's Instagram.
Now,
It's Instagram.
I'm only against it because I read like comments and reviews to if I'm buying something just
fair.
to see if it's like legit.
That's valid.
But if niggas on here lying, it's like nah.
I didn't say that I was going to make an
selling-
elaborate scheme
No,
about
you're
it. I'm going to read.
I drink this. You should
Muscle
too.
milk
Bye.
is the reason that my biceps are
But
so gigantic.
You capped out though. Like
If you can't see that, if that's on you, man.
Technically, if you have a job where you work for a company, you're capped out right then and there. Capitalism and partaking in capitalism, like, you're not gonna tell me you're just so down for the company, you just believe wholeheartedly in everything they got going on, right? You're doing it for the money. You're showing up every day for the money. You're doing what these people, you don't care about if you, depending on what you do for work, you don't care about the spreadsheets or the this or the that or these conference calls. Like, you don't care about any of that stuff. And you really don't even respect most of the people in there. You're showing up to do the thing for the money, to do the things out. You're doing what you have to do so you can do what you want to do later. And it's the same thing. And so when people get on Instagram and they do lie to me, into my face, and that into that camera, I respect it, because you're doing what you got to do for you. And if I buy liquid laxative based off of the word of a person I've never met,
That's on you.
that's on me.
Now, Darian,
Thank God for return policies.
what she's saying and what I think that you can't get with, we have been taught our entire lives, trade time for money. That's how you get up.
Correct.
You trade your time for money. What these people have found a way to do is trade a lie for even more money. And because it's a lie, you think that's not okay. To me, the thing, I don't care what you're trading. It's the money that matters.
But
like, here you are getting a whole lot of money, and you're in a position now where you can make your real life something that you and your folks want your real life to be, when you're just selling lies on an already fake platform. Have at it.
But it's like, I can
But
do
pay your
that.
taxes.
Like with my job now, like I can sell a lie, but that's just fucking somebody over. I'm not.
That's not the same thing.
Why not? Fucking somebody over with a lie?
Because somebody is real life coming to you saying, there's a leak in my ceiling, can you fix it?
Yeah, and then
Your
I take half
answer-
a deposit and just leave and never come back.
Right, that's crazy. You are actually
It
fucking
happens.
someone who came to you in real life. All I'm doing is, if you're going to see this
On the
video,
internet, send that. Okay.
buy this shirt. Buy this shirt that you don't actually need, but you might
still
want it.
have a moral to it. Like, it's just like, I'm not gonna sell cancer sticks. Like, so be it. You want to draw a line in the sand? You absolutely can. You still can have some kind of integrity to it.
I don't know if I could do it.
I am one
You see
step
that
away.
woman who is a black girl. Shout out to her, entrepreneur. She was selling Trump shirts, and she made millions of dollars
I'll take that back.
selling Trump shirts.
I just wish I was with you.
I wish
Yeah.
I had.
She's not a Trump supporter, bro.
The only criticism I have for her is I wish I thought about it first. She sold these Trump shirts, and she was just like, "I'm a black girl for Trump." She wasn't a black girl for Trump. She just wanted their money, and she took
Yeah.
all of these
She lied
Trump
and said
supporters'
her
money. And
family
after she
kicked her
got her
out.
money, she was like,
Peace.
No, I'm for that.
like,
I
I'm
ain't
not
gonna lie.
voting for Trump. Are y'all crazy?
Yeah, I ain't gonna
You're
lie, I'm
not getting
for
your
that.
money back. Website
I'm for
shut
it.
down.
No, you deserve that. Like, why are you
But
donating?
this is the exact
Nah.
same thing I'm saying. Bro, if I'm selling you a cotton Gildan hoodie for $75 on Instagram, and you came off your $82 after tax and shipping, that's you.
And half the time, the information is there if you so choose to find it, right? Like, is it being portrayed and there's loopholes and things that people are saying to kind of put flowers around the truth? Yes. But if you're genuinely concerned about the validity of it, the information is usually by law there for you to find if you really care about the purchase that you're making. So it's up to you to make that informed decision. And like I said, if you will take the word of a person you don't know on the social media, you just rolling the dice with that. And that
That's
just
your
is what
risk.
it is.
You're
Yeah,
taking a risk.
Yeah.
And that's up to you.
It is.
I am
Because-
definitely down to become a millionaire off of that. Like, like, for real. The only thing that keeps me from doing it is that the opportunities that I have involve me being a bozo. Like, I have to actually do something stupid.
Clownery.
Yeah. Like, I have to. Yeah, and I am less
admire-
okay with embarrassing myself in front of people that know me than I am like.
I'm not.
No,
But
that's not true, Karis.
Not necessarily.
You not out here-
My goal.
I ain't seen
my
a TikTok
goal-
from you.
Oh, that's laziness more than anything. But my goal is to be like Martha Stewart, because who can say
would be
what they've
fire.
eaten from Martha Stewart, right? We just trust that she know how to cook. People taking
Correct.
her recipes and spending
Correct.
money for
Correct.
it and buying her cookware and stuff like that. I can't find anybody who didn't actually have dinner at Martha Stewart's house.
Right.
She always filmed it. She came out the blue and just was like, I'm
Betty
eating it.
Crocker, is those like same person?
I don't.
They're not the
I don't
same
really
person.
know who
Betty
Betty
Crocker
Crocker is.
doesn't have an actual face to
She a
her.
person?
to
I was about to say,
her-
that's the food.
Yeah, she just
cookware.
makes
That's
the
what I
cake
know.
mix. Yeah, she
Ain't
just
Martha
makes
the one who
cake
smoked with Snoop Dogg?
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
she linked up with Snoop Dogg and got
Genius.
way more validity
She
than
cooks?
she ever
Good
had.
idea.
She's known as a cook. yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that
I
either.
knew her
I know
as a
Betty
person
White.
who went to jail.
She went to jail?
Yeah, because
that's all I knew.
She made all that money from being an established cook, basically. Chef, I guess, is where she would fall into it. But you wasn't paying her taxes. That's why I said tax evasion. When you're making all those money on social media and like media things, the income part of it gets really muddy for people, especially with like sponsorships and endorsements. It's just like, hey, if you make this video for me, I'll give you $400 worth of product or something like that. That's still technically income, and so you technically have to report it as taxes, and that's where people get messed up. This is not the podcast for that, so I won't get into the weeds. I'm just saying,
Like,
do stuff. You sell
about.
out like that, just make sure you do your taxes because you're going to jail.
Martha Stewart can go to jail. Yo, goofy ass. Yeah. Now, speaking of the food thing, because you definitely do get out in the kitchen, you have inspired plenty of meals here. And
Sarah sent me her macaroni and cheese, and I was so proud of her. I was like, "You go, girl!" Because she said that she put a lot of love into that. So I was like, it looked great.
You like to cook?
Yeah.
Like on your free time, you like?
Yeah. I used to be synonymous with food for a while, but then life hit me upside the head, and I just haven't really been able to be in the kitchen and recording at the same time.
Yeah, you went a different direction.
Yeah, I used to have a YouTube where
Please talk into the microphone.
I used to have a YouTube channel where I talked about true crime and cooked at the same time, and it was fun, but it was a lot of work.
You're so far what I know about you like fits together.
Yeah.
Like,
It fits together.
true crime,
Okay.
reading books at dinner, and you work for HR.
Yep.
Like these all go together.
I read a lot
She
of
will
books.
definitely be murdering niggas by the time she's
So
50.
I don't like blood.
I have a question: is true crime the reason you hate men?
Oh gosh, no.
That is a really good question.
Men do
as a
that on
man.
their own.
That is a really good question as a man.
I do not wish to harm anybody. I just like for men to leave me alone. That's pretty much it. Every single time I'm out in the wild and men are talking to me, it's always a crazy experience. And the entitlement that comes from the fact that men are men, and I am, in a lot of eyes of a lot of different men, I am pretty like vulnerable or susceptible because I'm smaller, and like I think this light voice tricks people into thinking that I'm something that you can play with. So people feel like they can intimidate me, and men really take advantage of that and try to be intimidating. And plus the field that I work in, being in HR, I deal with a lot of men who are in leadership positions, and so they have this like power trip or these egos, and I get to be the person to put those things in check. And so I'm just not a fan.
I love that we have to get back to the food thing, but I do love that you are in a position now where you have to deal with that ego and
I'm
power
glad you
trip.
love it because I am exhausted.
But I love that you have the ability now to do that in a professional way.
Oh yeah.
Because out there in the world, like they don't know that you're from Akron and got that thigh out. They don't know. They don't know that.
Nobody ever can like. When I tell people I'm from Akron, they're always surprised.
Yeah.
They're just like, you don't look like you're from Akron. I'm like,
Right.
What does that look like? Because
Come
I'm
on.
right
No,
from
no,
Miller
don't act.
South.
Don't do this.
Don't
Don't
act.
do this. Don't do this.
We can get back to the food thing.
Please, no.
We can get back to the food thing.
Don't do this.
We can get right back to the
Come on,
food
like,
thing. It's all good.
You know what
It's
it
all
looks
good.
like.
No.
It looks like me. I'm from Akron.
So okay,
there's-
quick question.
that's
We
the
can
thing.
go back to the cooking. Saint V
Please
looks like
talk into
Buchtel.
the microphone.
Saint V looks like Buchtel.
Saint V is in
The
Akron.
schools do not. No. The
Okay, let's go
schools
to
do not.
kids.
Saint V is in Akron.
Okay, now,
Yeah, it
now
is.
let's wait.
It is.
Does the kids look the same?
LeBron James went to Saint V.
Let's pause that.
Who doesn't he look
No.
like?
When let me tell you something right now. I am a different situation from a lot of the other, like the cool kids that went to St. V. There was very cool
Who barked at
people.
St. V?
Huh?
Who barked at Saint V?
Okay, that was a special. I'm gonna make that an individual experience. They are the same. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. They all hang out together. I think there's Bookto kids right now to this day that are still really good friends with the kids at St. V. They all get up together. So I'm not about. I just no shade, no tea. We are all from Akron. 330. It is
Akron.
what it is.
It's Akron.
Just
I
that.
can't stand on that one, man.
That's That's just because you are in, like, this is something that you've never had to face, but you have a box, my nigga. You have a box, and this is what, not just blackness, but you have a box around everything that you can categorize. Everywhere that you can make a category, and this is what I was saying when I said that you have old school tendencies about you, this is one of them.
That makes life easier to process.
But St. V's not Akron
Yeah, but
Public
I
School.
also
it is
think-
not an Akron public
I
school.
also think that makes it to where you live on on bases that are not true.
Yeah. Well, I will say this really quickly. We could get right back to food. There's a lot of misconceptions that come with. I was in Catholic school K through 12, so I went to Firestone for 1 year. Was not a great experience for me personally, but I had been in a certain setting for a long time. So K through 12, basically, I was in Catholic school, private Catholic school, and there's this misconception that it's somehow so much better than public school. And it's not that it technically by ranking and what all those other metrics, in a way, yes, it is. But the way that they do it and the way that it's able to be put on this higher pedestal is because of some things that I don't think everybody has knowledge to. Like, for example, we have to take our OGT as freshmen. And if you don't score a certain time, you're in boot camp up until you take your actual OGT. And they categorize you and they move you around so that their metrics look right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can't fail a class. You know what I'm saying? So like if I didn't turn in a single paper, they're not going to let me fail because it messes up their metric. So it makes them look like they're failing as a school, so they won't allow it. If you doing something, you're acting crazy, or we still had bad kids. We had kids in AA. We had all kinds of crap. But like they're not going to expel you because then they have an expulsion rate, and that plays into what their conception is. So then they like, you'll just be asked to leave, and they'll help get you transferred to another school quietly. Like they do all these things to work around to make it look like they're better than what they are. But those kids are not any smarter. The curriculum is not just so much better. We had access and resources to a lot of things that public schools didn't have. But to be honest, for the money we were paying, we absolutely should.
And I want you to know that sounds a whole lot like Catholicism. So we could get right back to the food thing though. Since you're into food,
we can take it offline later.
And since you do I mean you don't do. I shouldn't say you do, but since you have done and probably should do promo for food.
Oh gosh.
What the fuck is with people molesting the food?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the sexual.
It pisses me off a lot.
Food
actually,
videos where they're like slapping the dough and like doing all. It's just a lot. Like they do a lot. I'm not into it.
The thing that bothers me the most right now is squeezing and breaking the food. Stop it.
Yeah,
stop it. What are you doing? I am not more likely to want to eat your s'mores if you pinch it real hard and break it. That's not like it. It honestly makes me think that you're having too much fun in the wrong way.
Sheetz has this like ad where they have like all this sauce like dripping down somebody's hand. Like I don't even know what he's eating.
You lost him at gas station.
So it's just an image where I'm just like,
I ain't never seen nothing food from Sheetz.
You haven't? Sheetz, yeah. They have an ad where it's like a big billboard, and it's like somebody eating something, and it's just like sauce just dripping down.
I don't know
like
if you know this, Karis.
What?
They sell gas.
I don't buy gas, so all I know about is they food.
Talk your shit.
But I don't watch food videos.
Oh, well, that's fun for you.
Yeah.
What kind of videos do you watch? It's okay if we can't answer that on air.
You are great at a podcast. Darian, what kind of videos do you watch?
If not, I mean, a large part of my algorithm is food, so I'm really curious.
I got the crazy. My feed is like racism, Down syndrome kids, all types of sports. Sports is a lot of it.
For a while, I was getting a lot of advertisements, not on necessarily Instagram, but like I think on Twitter and like my email spam and all of these other places. I was getting the same ads that were saying meet big beautiful Asian women now, and I don't know where what part of my algorithm.
Of course not.
I was like, first of all, I don't even know any big Asian women.
Listen, my algorithm fits me.
Yeah, that was when I was like, I think mine was skewed. So you have a connection with Down syndrome?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are hilarious.
Oh,
hilarious!
That's not what I thought. There was more.
We
so
can
like
put the clip in here. The way this nigga ate some peanut butter off some stairs, bro.
No,
I'm sorry.
This is what I'm not. We are not down to exploit people that don't.
He put it out there.
Put a disclaimer on the beginning.
He put it out there, man. But I got some crazy videos.
I asked. It's on me. You can't be mad at him. I asked the question.
I can though.
But what's on your paper?
He knew though.
This is going out.
He knew what my algorithm is.
I think think Darren's very aware of that we're recording. I don't think he's been the same person through all of your episodes. I watch them, so I know. I don't think this is
Our
coming as
algorithm
any
is
surprise.
very close. So if
That's not true.
I got more sports and comedians. He probably got more cars. That's about it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
What?
What else do you have?
No, I have a
for
bunch
us?
more. But
Okay.
just the
You wanna
the
clear
way,
it up?
The way that people break food. Is that selling it to someone? Like, I feel like you're in tune.
It's actually really funny. I was talking to my sister about this the other day. She thinks that it's some kind of it's appealing to some kind of kink somewhere.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what she thinks too.
Like, when
That's
they-
her theory.
they
It's
call
appealing
it-
to a kink.
They call it food porn, and I think that is more accurate
Than
than
what people
it
are
is
saying.
actually intended.
Yeah.
So the way that I have been seeing, like the last one that I saw, I think it was like a egg roll. I'll actually post that one up here. It's an egg roll, and I mean the way that this lady breaks this egg
Yeah.
roll is like, just like cut the fucking egg roll. What are you doing? Like,
I
there's
get
a knife
grossed
right there.
out when people get too intimate with the food. It's just not a good
So
experience.
y'all feel the same way about like what's dude's name? Salt Bay or whatever? That famous guy?
He
I
just
don't.
would do this.
No, I
He'd
don't.
just sprinkling salt.
No, he used to put meat in people's mouths. Didn't he?
Oh yeah,
Same
I don't.
guy, right?
So I don't like any of that.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't even like going to hibachi restaurants. I don't want to catch shrimp in my mouth. I don't want to do any of that. Like, I will take my stuff to go. I hate the performance of it. Just give me the food. Like, I don't like to play with food like that. I just don't get any enjoyment from it. I don't want to see you set it on fire. Like, I really just want my plate. And I don't like getting my stuff one at a time. Like, here's all your rice. Hang on while I'm cutting the vegetables. And then here's your vegetables. And then hang on. Like, give me all my food that I ordered at one time, please.
That makes
Because you
sense.
can. Because you can.
Yeah, like it's very possible. If you would stop flipping everything around and just give, I hate hibachi restaurants.
Hey, I was
do
12
not
before.
subscribe.
Been here.
Yeah, like
Ain't nothing
exactly.
new
And it's
happened
the
today.
same
Yeah.
show. I hate it. Like people are always like, "Let's go." I'm like, you know what they're gonna do. You know what
you
happens
just really
next.
want a volcano today, huh?
Like, I
It's
don't
the
get it.
WWE of food.
And then for your birthday, I am against large dinner parties for birthdays in general, but I am especially against it if it's at a hibachi. I don't care if you are my best friend since childhood. I'm gonna miss it, and I will take you to dinner myself, and we will exchange. I'll give you your gift and everything. We'll do it the day before, the day after. I'm not going to your 18 plus dinner party at a hibachi restaurant. That is my
You're an
personal
introvert.
hell. I can't do it.
You're an introvert.
Yeah.
That's a lot of words to say.
And then
I'm an
people are
introvert.
like, "Oh my gosh, the bill. Let's split up. Who had drinks?" I just
That shouldn't
I
be a thing.
can't live like that.
That should not. Well, that shit. First off, it shouldn't be a thing though.
It
The
shouldn't.
Splitting of the bill.
Oh no,
Just-
baby!
just
I
pay
will
what you
order.
get.
I was like, I will order, and I will let them know. Hey, I will pay. I'll give you my card. Pay for my stuff right now. I
Yeah.
give them my card. I'm like, because I'm not doing this.
Yeah, that-
I
that is
100% won't
crazy.
be doing it. I don't
That should
care
never be
about
an
any of
argument.
that. And if
Ever.
I invite people out to dinner with me and it's like 4 or 5 people or something like that, I will just be prepared to pay the full tab myself. I'm not gonna stress. I've been a server.
Talk your shit.
I'm not gonna
Facts.
stress.
That's a flex.
I'm not about to stress anybody out like that. I don't know if it's a flex. I ain't gonna say it don't hurt, but I just would rather that I would rather come off the money than to go through that song and dance with people. I'm just not doing it. Like it's an awful experience for me. It's an awful experience for the server. It's just it people really want to stand 10 toes about we need to split the bill 50 ways when I ordered 4 appetizers. Like I'm not doing that. So I would just be like, listen, and I don't say anything. Like I don't go in like I'm ordering food. I want you to order food like you're spending your money. And then at the end of it, I will give you my card.
Now, Karis, I think that has something to do with the groups that you're in, because I've never been in a group. I'm dead. I'm like for real though, because
What?
I've never been in a group of people that didn't think that they were paying for their own food, or that didn't think someone was paying for their food. It's never we're about to split this in a stupid way. That's never happened to me.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't think it's happened to me because of the people that I'm with. I think it's more so when you have a friend of a friend who invites you out and that kind of stuff. And I try to just stay away from that stuff at all costs. But I've been in situations like that before, and it was just so. It's just ugly to watch people go into like descend into mayhem over the bill, and then the server's just sitting here like, y'all gonna run, ain't y'all? And I'm like, bruh, no. They just need to work out the cash app and all that other stuff. And it's just, I've been through it maybe twice in my life, and I've never looked back
Yeah, that's
after
crazy.
that. I'm
Sounds
never
like because
doing
you
it
can't
again.
run fast enough.
Yeah, no.
So, Darian, you have something that I'm afraid to admit. What you got? Because
Oh.
you black?
Yeah, that's like a TikTok trend.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Something I'm afraid to admit as a black person.
Oh, okay.
And
You have one.
No, me personally, I feel like someone with something like Coons. But,
What is it? Like, give me an example.
No, tell me yours.
Something
Afraid to admit.
easy. I have never been on this wave. I just don't understand the stereotype. I don't think grape flavor anything is good.
Oh, that's fair.
Nothing. Yeah,
That's fair.
You're afraid to admit that because you're black?
No, I think you
my
just
mom
wanted to
loved
have
grape
one.
things. Love them. It's just.
Do you have something you're afraid to admit that
grape
you're
soda
black?
is delicious.
No,
I'm not
it's
afraid to
not.
admit just about anything.
No, it's
but
not.
That's
No,
just my.
Wait, no, it's not.
I understand that you have a different perspective there.
Like, grape is not good at all.
I
Just
drink grape
besides
juice
the fruit.
often.
Yeah, grape. Oh, grape juice is crazy. That's
I
one of the
drink
top
grape
juices.
juice quite a lot.
Yeah, that's
But
one of
I
the
don't
top
drink
juices.
like I don't drink like grape soda or anything like that.
Grape soda is delicious.
I'm just not a. It's just not. I drink sparkling water like a lame. So I don't really like soda.
I'm gonna say this
too
throughout the
much.
show. Your personality is just sparkling water.
I do. I drink seltzer water. I drink sparkling water. It does not have to be flavored. I will drink just regular seltzer water over soda
Wowzers!
because I like the carbonation, but I don't like the taste of syrup anymore.
Right.
You don't like anything tastes good, then, right?
Right.
Huh?
It
No,
does-
I mean, I have things that I like. It's just I don't know. For some reason, I have gotten to a place where I can taste like red dye and all that, and I just don't like it.
I'm actually on this vibe.
It's getting
more and
there.
more.
Like I'm 30
I'm old
years
as
old.
fuck,
Like
bro.
yeah, it's like it's just like
shit
I
is
don't,
really crazy.
I don't want to drink Red 40 anymore. Like I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Damn.
Like, I don't know why.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate it.
Yeah,
I
like,
hate this.
just
I
can't
hate this
do it.
aspect of aging where it's like
It's very ugly.
I
I'm not
actually
gonna lie.
don't like stuff that I'm supposed to like.
Like you just start thinking about like your body in terms of like the experience that you have from certain stuff you eat, and you're just like, I don't want to feel like that, and I don't like the way that tastes anymore. Like when you can start actually tasting the difference between having something sweet, because I still eat sweets and stuff, but like having something and being able to taste the syrup
Karis.
or taste the I can't do
It was not long ago in my head, like 10 years ago, it seems the longest possible, 10 years ago, people would say shit like, yeah, it's just too sweet for me. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right?
Fucking
What the
kid.
fuck are you talking about?
I used to buy Cocoa Puffs and put chocolate syrup over them and eat it. It was crazy.
So
Can't do
people talk about like, oh, it's too sweet. And I'm just looking at them like, what are you, an idiot? Like, what are you talking about?
Sounds stupid,
And
yeah.
now I eat like some of my favorite ice cream and I'm just like,
Can't have too much
that
of
is,
this.
yeah, that's like,
One
I'm not
scoop,
finishing
please.
this. Like,
Wow.
that's really crazy.
It's a
I do hate
crazy
that. I do
turn of
hate that.
events. I had a huge sweet tooth, and now I'm like, I can't do it. It's ugly. I don't like it at all, but that's just where we are.
So, like I said, I'm not really the type of person that has anything that I'm afraid to admit.
Of course not.
But I know there are things that make me less black.
Like?
I pronounce my words. That makes me less black to a lot of people.
Can I say something controversial?
Yeah.
The one thing that makes you more black, for me personally, you know what? Actually, I'll leave it alone. You
No,
go
I gotta hear
ahead.
this.
You actually go ahead. I
I
thought
gotta
about
hear
it. I
this.
thought about it long term. I actually don't want to say that. You
Please.
go right ahead. It's actually fine. It'd be the thing that people would be like, "Nah, you're not black," but it
What if
actually
we beep
is
it out?
almost-
Are you a fan of Dr. Umar?
a fan of Dr. Umar?
Yeah. Do you support
The
him?
man. Come on. It's right on the tip of your tongue. There we go.
Nah.
There we go.
Let me rephrase that.
No, I'm just kidding.
His thoughts, his beliefs.
I don't know what his beliefs are. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He is so pro-black.
Is he?
Yeah.
To
the point is,
I've seen him in the coop.
If it's not racist, he can't get closer.
Okay. Okay. I've seen his videos. I
There's
just
a-
don't necessarily know what he. Every video I've seen of him is him like asking people for money to support a cause, but I'm not sure what the cause is or why they're sending him money. But I don't know as far as his personal philosophies.
I don't want to censor anyone, but I would love to not talk about Dr. Umar.
Gotcha.
That's valid. I don't have much to add, so that's fine.
The thing that I know disqualifies me from blackness in like 90% of the rooms I'm in is that I'm not a Christian.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
also not
You're
a
not
Muslim.
Muslim, yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like
that's pretty much the
being
only
an
two
atheist
sides.
puts
Yeah.
me on the outskirts of
That's
just about
very
every
valid.
social party that there is.
Yeah. Because black people see spirits. That's
it?
just one thing about it. Two things for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
Mine is probably just I don't eat macaroni and cheese like under any circumstance. Not even mine, and I make it, and people love it, and I I don't eat it.
Is this something that you're afraid to admit in a public setting?
No.
Okay.
I was afraid to admit it at Thanksgiving because people like to play crazy. My family likes to play crazy like they didn't know it. I've never eaten macaroni and cheese a day in my life. And every time people are like, get some of the macaroni. I was like, no, thank you. I don't even get into it like, oh, I don't eat that or anything like that. And then my grandma was just like, my mom will step in and be like, oh, she doesn't eat macaroni. And then my grandma's like, she'll
It's
eat
a whole thing
mine.
now.
And I'm like, I actually won't eat yours or mine. Jesus's mother could make it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
And that's just that.
This is very similar to being an atheist in the same room where
You don't want it to come up.
Everyone's praying.
Yeah.
Everyone's praying, and you're just like
Whistling.
I don't want I mean, I'm not gonna talk or be on Twitter while y'all are doing this. But like,
it's just like,
boy, get over here and pray. I've heard that multiple. Boy, get over here and pray. And it's just like,
and that's the different thing though. Like, because my personal thing is, I believe in respect of people's beliefs or lack thereof. So like, if I'm praying, don't interrupt me. If you want to be over there, go do you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in Black households specifically, they feel like if we're not all on the same page,
you're
then
lost.
We're beefing or you're lost. There's some kind of divide, and it doesn't have to be. It could be a respect of personalities and individualism, and we don't have a lot of that.
that's new though.
Yeah.
So it used to be such that our thriving was predicated on us working together. It could only happen if we were working together.
I still believe that though. I just don't think that we have to all be on the same thing to work together.
That's difficult to conceptualize.
Yeah, I get that.
And I think
But it's
that
actually
is
not hard.
understood. But just a second ago, well, not just a second ago, but earlier in the episode, you were saying that Darian's compartmentalizing of people.
It makes it easier.
It makes it easier.
It does.
And that is Darian is old Black culture.
Yeah.
Darian
but here's
is
my
old
thing
Black
though,
culture.
and this is my thing with atheism. This is my thing with like the misconception or the shunning of people who are in the LGBTQ community or with mental health. My issue with the issues that Black people who are a part of LGBTQ or suffer with mental illness or are atheists or suffer with religion or suffer or don't feel connected to religion is that's such a personal thing. All Black people really need to do is learn how to mind their business, and we could all get much further ahead because it actually doesn't affect me whether you believe in God or not. It has nothing to do with me, right? I can tell you I believe in Jesus and this is why, and if you want to hear me out on that, I would love to talk to you about it, but it can go in one ear out the other, and that can be that. And how you live your life, it's not like that. It'd be different if your personal philosophy was something heinous, right? Like if you were doing something that was causing harm to people, then I gotta intervene. Then I'm not gonna mind my business because you're hurting somebody. But when it comes to your beliefs, when it comes to your sexuality, when it comes to how you go about remedying your mental health, even if, and this is gonna be a little controversial, even if that is self-medicating in some form of addiction, it is still very personal. And so while, again, just like when I said I could talk to you about my beliefs, I can talk to you about different remedies for how you self-medicate and like what those effects could be and resources to help you with that. But it's still up to you what you want to do. And any research will show you that people are more successful when they make those decisions on their own, right? Like that's how rehab works. And people go about life a lot easier when they have the freedom to make those decisions. And I'm just a very big believer in I can be with you without being in your whole business. I don't have to agree with everything you do for us to be on me and you to be cool. I'm very much Christian. You're very much atheist. We've been cool for forever. And we will always be because it has nothing to do with me. Hey, Savon, you want to do this right now? I got church right now. Can we do it later? And you can be like, yes. You're not going to be like, stupid. Why are you going to church? That's a goofy waste of time.
But,
then we got a problem. But nobody's doing that, right? Like, it can be respectful and it doesn't. Both of our individual lives are going on completely unbothered by it, and we can work side by side.
I think it's based off like their type of relationship, though. Like,
not necessarily.
The only reason I say that though is like you're assuming Christian, whatever.
I am. Yeah.
Okay. So if you had a kid and your kid is atheist, like you feel probably goes against all your beliefs. Like you failed them at some point.
I don't have a child, but I am aware of those kinds of things. But my own views are, if I bring a life into this world, my only job is to keep them alive. After that, they can go do whatever they want to do. I did my part. I don't care if my child doesn't believe the same as me. I don't care if my child is I don't care. Don't kill people.
Yeah, we spoke on that
Please.
like in previous episodes because like in the black community, parents don't see their kids as people.
Exactly, and
So
that's what
it's
I'm like.
them own
When you're an
selves.
adult,
Yeah.
I want you to have, and personally, how I grew up, my parents did not go to church around the same time that I started going to church. So I got to an age where I got to decide if I was going to keep going to church or not. Now, my grandparents were heavily involved, and so they were taking me to church and stuff like that. But we got to a point where it's just like, okay, where church do you want to go to? What do you want to do? Like my dad's side is Baptist, my mom's side is Pentecostal, and there was a slight difference there, and so.
You're half
The decision-
Pentecostal, bro?
I'm full Pentecostal.
No way.
I am, yeah, the whole nine. And so, but that was my decision. Nobody was like saying you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that. Now, my grandparents were just like, I just want you to go to church. You know what I'm saying? So I had a little bit of autonomy there. And my mom does go to church now, or she's not now. She's in the church. She's always been in the church, but we never went to the same church when I was younger. And so there wasn't that stress there. You know what I'm saying? And then I got older and I started going to the same church as my mom. And then my mom was going to start going to a different church. And so, like, I never felt the need to, I knew I wasn't doing it just because my parents wanted to or made me do it. And it was a very personal experience. And so for myself, when I have children, I want to make sure that it is a personal experience. They're going to see me doing it. And if they have questions about this specifically, I can answer those. If they have questions about other religions or things like that, I can get them in touch with people who know more about that because I can't answer that. But what I'm not going to do is constantly shame my child to the point where they feel like they have to hide a part of who they are from me. That's more important to me than whatever they decide to do or believe in. I would rather us be able to have a communication where you're an adult and you're making decisions for yourself and I can be a part of your life without I don't need control over it. I would just like to be able to be a part of my life. So that relationship is more important to me personally. And I wish that we had a little bit more understanding of that in our community as a whole.
Yeah, understanding differences. That's something that I feel like we're missing out a lot.
Yeah, Mr. Merck.
Especially once you have Darian, you said you think that disconnect lies in the fact that like these people feel like they failed me or
Yeah,
that
was a key part of it. Yep.
I think a lot of it comes from not even knowing what it means. So me being an atheist, I think most people that I've encountered who happen to be religious think of atheism the way that Karis was like, stupid, why would you do that? What a waste of time.
Exactly.
That is what atheism is to most religious people that I know.
It is.
I know so many atheists, and none of them are like that.
They're just not worried about it for the most part. They're just like, they get up every day and they just go about life. They just be freeballing it when I'm just more so like, let me check in with Jesus before I do this.
Right.
And it's just different. It's just a different experience.
Right. So I think this is like, not an education, and I think it's because, like, they're wrong. Like, those people are wrong over there. Don't even need to deal with them. I've already heard what they're all about, even though they've never talked to an atheist.
Exactly.
Never had they're like, I know what they're all about. They're devil worshippers. Get them out of here.
There also needs to be some a little bit more delineation between satanic worship and atheism, because I think a lot of times people
think it's linked.
crisscross those. It's just like,
Sure.
I don't think you worship Satan,
Right.
because you're not into the whole Jesus thing, or do you? You can shut the record straight.
I do not worship
cool.
Satan. I don't think Satan.
Because I was like, I'm coachable. I can learn something new.
Don't be coached
Like,
in
I
that.
actually have to go.
there is something new that you probably both will learn right now.
Okay.
Satanism has nothing to do with Satan. That sounds crazy. It has nothing to do with Satan.
Okay.
I get it. It sounds like that. That's the intention. Most of these people are what they call secular humanists. They don't believe in Satan, God, none of that shit. But they wanted a church for atheism, and they wanted it to be controversial.
See, those are
So
two,
what the fuck are they
those
talking about?
Crazy as fuck.
Yeah, those are two different sects. But yes, you're right. That is also a real thing.
Yeah,
I'm aware
there
of.
are Satan worshipers.
Yes.
People who like draw what are they called?
Pentagrams.
Pentagrams on like public things. Wild people.
Crazy.
Definitely
Yes.
like life trolls. I
Going,
think they are
doing the absolute most. Like, the absolute
That's a
most.
thing.
I'm not against that though.
But like
Well, okay.
Satanists are almost never those people. Like Satanists are actually, I know a couple.
They're
Satanists,
also
they're cool
trolls.
people.
I mean, that's pretty much where that's coming from.
You're not
They're
wrong.
trolling a religion, and it's okay.
You're
too.
not wrong. You're not wrong. But I don't think they're the same thing.
That's a fair distinction to make.
Now, I don't exactly know how we want to get into this.
You don't have to just jump. It's okay.
What does dangerous mean? There is a very specific situation that makes me ask this question. I work in a world. Dangerous means a very different thing than what dangerous means to me. So there may or may not be a person who has a Russian accent.
Ooh.
And it may or may not be a male.
Okay.
I got a message randomly one day saying such and such a name, the dude with the Russian accent.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous dude, right? And I was like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Like, he always seems calm, seems nice.
No.
Calm people are people to be aware of. But go ahead.
Definitely be aware.
Yep.
For sure be aware.
Heightened awareness.
But like,
Come on.
I've been around him for multiple years now.
Has
Yeah.
the other
He's
guy
never
been around
had-
him?
Yes. Yeah.
So he knows something.
We know, no, what he knows is that he's got a Russian accent.
Yeah.
Oh, is the accent scaring him?
And to me, it's like,
Okay.
bro,
Is he from Akron?
Not if you Russian.
the answer
No,
is
the
not.
person who's worried about the
The
Russian
answer is not no,
Okay.
but it is also very much not yes.
Okay. Because I was like,
So he's from
there's
Akron.
more dangers out here than a Russian accent.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he's from Akron.
Okay.
But not from the Akron that you would know.
Okay. All right.
He's
fair.
from the part of
Out of
Akron that we don't consider Akron.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's fair.
And to me, I literally laughed in this person's face
As you should.
and said,
That's ridiculous.
"Yeah, you're just from the '50s, bro." Like,
Literally, that's all you're afraid
there
of.
is.
There's a little PTSD in there. If you're from the 50s. That's fine.
Like,
it's valid.
He's also younger than that. So
Oh.
but
I got you.
he's got the, you
He
know,
don't know
It's in him.
dangerous.
It's not on him. It's in him.
It's
That's
in
fair.
him.
That's fair.
But like, this is a common occurrence for me,
Yeah.
where something is dangerous
Mm.
to my cohorts.
Do you wish to change that?
Honestly, no, because
Because
like
you're not in HR? Because I have to all the time.
no, Karis, it's because good for you, man. Like, good for you that the dangers that you worry about are someone else's accent.
Yeah.
Like, the dangers that I worry about is niggas reaching for their hip when I'm out here looking like a fucking target.
Yeah.
Like, the dangers that I be worried about
Are
really
real?
be having me PTSD.
But you can eliminate that. Like them text you.
No, I
this
can't.
Guy, you can, bro. Take them to Mixed Pantry and see if they tell you this man is dangerous.
Nah, see, that's like to actually put them in danger. I think is disrespectful. That is disrespectful to their survival.
Being afraid of an accent is low key disrespectful. But
No question. Not by any fault of his own.
Okay.
My argument is that these people's view of danger is just because they safe as fuck. Like,
That's
these
also a
people
good
be
point.
mad
This is
safe.
true.
And congratulations for being safe your whole life.
that is true.
But because I don't feel that same safety when I walk out of my house, no, you kind of wildin', bro, and I'm gonna laugh at you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh
That's
at what
kinda
you
silly.
find dangerous
It's very
because life really be dangerous.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know people who are in prison right now for doing shit that
With
you should go to
full
prison.
English accents.
Yeah.
Full American accents.
And they earned every bit of their time. Like,
Y'all start every podcast with free to guys, and I'm like, they don't all need to be free.
we're not talking about that.
We
We not
here
know.
to let
Hey,
you
We
know.
clarified that though.
yeah,
we clarified that.
keep them in there.
Some of the guys need to stay.
Some
in
of the
there.
guys stay there. We don't call them the guys anymore anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I just
But-
want to make sure I said it.
Yeah, for
Fair
sure.
enough.
But like, I know that our dangerous is different.
Yeah.
Even our dangerous
Because I
is
guarantee,
different.
and I'm asking, does this person who's afraid of an accent look like you or me,
I mean, he's got two arms.
Oh well.
skin wise?
I
And
mean,
maybe
all
not.
of his skin's there, if
Yeah.
that's what you mean.
Oh, okay. So I got my answer. Go ahead.
All due respect, like I just like your work setting. I can't picture anything dangerous there.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Like
I couldn't agree with you more. And don't get me wrong, man. Like, it's not to say that it's impossible that something dangerous happens there.
Yeah.
But my expectation of danger, nil. It's nil. And that's why I think I've told you this before. They try to jump scare me at work. It has
Aw.
worked
Yeah, same.
exactly 0 times.
Yeah, I
because
don't even think that's a smart thing to do with you in general.
damn, I'm like
Just you as a person, I don't think that'd be a futile experience. I don't know personally. I wouldn't put that
Do you
effort.
get scared though?
not that often.
Jump scares ain't it though, right?
No, they're not, and it's only
Yeah.
because I've been in real danger. like I know real danger,
Yeah.
and there are
That's it.
places where I'm not even the person that I am on this show, or like when you see
Yeah.
me, I am a completely different person when I feel like there may be danger.
Yeah.
So if you were to see me in a situation where I think there's danger, you probably won't even know me. You're probably gonna be like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on with Savon today?" Whenever someone tries to scare me, they react with like, "Oh, I thought I got you," and it's like, I'm so safe. I am so safe here. I feel no threat.
You know what that reminded me of randomly? How I met you. I think I just was telling somebody that was coming here to see you, and it made me. They asked, "How did I know you?" And I was like, "Oh, I met him at a sleepover." And I was like, and then I explained it, and I was just like, "That doesn't sound safe at all." But I'm like, trust me, it was absolutely fine, but it was just it's funny when I have to explain it to the people, because I'm like, I wasn't at a sleepover.
Right.
I was at my mom's best friend's house.
Right.
And her son was having having people over.
Right.
And then I thought about it and I was just like, bro, why was I there?
Yeah, there were.
That was the most random thing.
But I think
ever.
that was like the nature of our lives at the time.
It was
just a weird. It's
I
a
was
weird.
just walking through the
Yeah.
I don't even remember what that complex over there is
No
called.
need to say it in
yeah,
public.
oh, that's also a really good point.
Is it dangerous?
No.
I mean, two.
I was like,
Two.
to him,
We got
to
two different
the
reactions
accent.
here.
I was like, to the man with the accent, absolutely it was. But we were walking around that place on a regular basis.
We owned it.
Uninhibited. I don't think we had any issues.
At all.
We were the danger. No, I'm just kidding.
We definitely looked like it. No, but if we would know what cares for real, if we're being honest, like if you were, from a part of Akron that
Yep.
isn't considered Akron, and you
Right.
seen us walking around, yeah, we looked mad dangerous. We had the colors of the rainbow, my boy. It was really a crazy.
First of all, Stevie alone just looks up like he up to something on a regular basis. I love you, Stevie, but he just does.
And no one wants to, like, I don't want to feel that way, but it's kind of hard not to. Like,
that was a fun summer.
it was a fun summer. It was actually a fun couple summers.
It was.
But it was such a weird dynamic that
It was. Because I actually had no business over there at all.
that's not true.
I was older than y'all. I was not there to see any of y'all. I wasn't even like,
You was gang though.
I was, but it was over the stupidest thing. Like, they were listening to
wrestling?
Kendrick. No,
Oh.
and I can rap rigor mortis word by word and without missing a beat. And after that, they just decided I was cool.
Yeah, you was gang.
That
You was definitely
That was
gang.
literally it. That was it. I didn't do anything else. I sound just like I sound right now. I just happened to really like Kendrick Lamar.
Wow.
And then we bonded.
But
Y'all
what
were
a-
into Odd Future at that time too.
Don't say y'all. Don't say they were into Odd Future.
Okay. Valid.
Never been into Odd Future, and that there might have
I was
been a
like,
wedge
that's where
because of that. Yeah, that might have-
That's how me and Savon stayed friends. But yeah. So,
It is weird, but like I just think that measuring the dynamics of danger,
Yeah.
I want to have empathy,
Yeah.
as well as I think like I want to celebrate you. Like congratulations that your life is so safe.
You think he would feel disrespected by that? Saying congratulations on this being the biggest issue you have?
Honestly,
He should.
whether he, yes,
Yeah.
I'll answer your
I was
question
gonna
directly.
say, I think so.
Yes,
It sounds like
but
it.
also
So then you don't need to have empathy.
I do though.
You could just
I
say
do
you
though.
are a
This was for me.
bozo.
This was for me. He's not a bozo though.
Okay.
I don't think he's a bozo. I think
Okay.
he ends up in a bozotic position, not because he's a bozo.
So-
not because of bozosity.
He's bosotically inclined.
Yeah,
he
for
has
sure.
the tendency.
Yeah, for sure.
Why do you
Not
really
his
not
fault.
think he's not a bozo though?
Because what is he supposed to do? Like what?
What is he
experience-
supposed to do when someone's talking to him in a Russian accent?
No.
He was not presented any danger.
How is?
He's supposed to continue living life normal.
How can he know that?
What Russian threatened him?
He was raised by people who were raised during the Cold War. How
It was
did
a
you have-
Cold War. There was no danger
The
then.
Red Scare was real. They was doing the duck and cover drills.
Even the
That's
war
all they remember.
was safe.
They were
that
just-
was the safest war. Like, be so for real. That's the safest war.
God, Karis, that is the title of this episode. Even the war was safe.
Like,
It's
when
crazy.
the war you're afraid of was the safest war?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Now, you're not wrong.
I was with you because you ever it's kind of weird. People feel the same way about people from Iraq, anything like that.
It really
Like,
goes down in there.
Now that makes sense to me because you were around during a time when something crazy went happen.
Yeah, it really went down.
That
in
makes
Iraq.
sense to me.
Those things
But a
happen.
Russian?
Nam. Now, Nam, I understand.
Now, I
Crazy
can
things
see-
happen in Nam.
I can see it with
But the
people from
Cold
Pakistan,
War?
but like a Russian.
That was basically the same as beefing on Twitter. That's all the Cold War
Now,
was.
what I'm afraid people are hearing is that it's okay to have some Islamophobia.
no.
That's what I'm
I get
afraid
it.
people are hearing.
Thank
But
you
I
for
get
calling
it.
that out because that's very important to clarify. Absolutely not.
And nigga,
but
they
what I
are
will
the
say,
same level of dangerous.
absolute Cold War and what
They're
happened
the
in
same level of dangerous.
No.
They're the same level of dangerous. They're the same level.
No, that's great.
If I meet a Pakistani today, I am in as much danger as I would be meeting a Russian.
absolutely none. The point is,
That's all I'm saying.
That's absolutely. I'm talking about people with PTSD from the wars.
Now, if you
specifically.
have PTSD because you were in or are the product of
Exactly.
PTSD, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
no,
But Darian, you have PTSD of racism that you ain't met.
no,
Oh, that's actually really great.
What I'm saying is you have a hatred for whiteness.
Nah, I don't.
I just want to finish the
I don't.
sentence. I just want
Okay.
to finish the sentence.
I'm just ad-libbing.
You have a hatred of whiteness
Yike.
that you didn't earn.
Oh,
But I don't think I have that. No, I don't think I have that.
you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Who's your favorite white person?
Um,
Oh, you're hesitating.
See,
You
something we
hesitating.
all can agree with.
I feel like
We don't
Will-
need to all agree with
Yeah.
your
Listen,
favorite
I
white
didn't
person.
name someone dead.
You could have named Sean White.
No, I don't skate.
Who? I don't skate. He's cool.
you knew who Sean White was,
Yeah.
which I appreciate a lot. But also, Darian, the podcast knows. Okay, like
Nah.
you are
No.
literally
I also
on
watch
record.
the podcast.
You are
I'm not
on
gonna
record,
hold you.
my boy.
Time out.
You
You think I hate white people?
I have a lot of thoughts towards what I see on the episodes
Okay,
that I
but
watch.
now-
We don't have to do that right
Okay,
now.
just this question. Do you think I hate white people?
I think you have very skewed views on a lot of things.
and look, Darian. All I'm saying is you didn't earn those. Those were
that's
given
wrong.
to you by your upbringing.
do you
No,
hate white people?
that's-
Yes or no?
No, I do not.
There
But
we go.
It
We can
was
stop
no,
it there.
It
We can
was
stop
given
it
to
there.
me. No,
We-
it was given to me.
You can be taught.
Some white man told me I nigger rigged the window up.
Did you?
No, I did not. Another white man said, "What type of nigger music you listen to?"
Oh.
I earned that. If I was to hate, if
What
I was to
kind
hate
do you
them,
listen
I
to?
earned them.
Did you answer the question?
No, I did not. I
Okay.
left.
Well, then there you go. That's a
I
good,
left.
that was a good
First off,
response.
I
You don't.
earned
You
it.
shouldn't.
I
get if
didn't
listen.
say that racism never happened to you.
I earned
that. Is not what I intended.
I earned it.
What
If I was
I'm
that.
what I'm saying
But I'm
is
not.
the same way that you compartmentalize people. So did this guy. This guy does it, and you even just made an argument for compartmentalizing people unfairly.
It's-
Like you even said, Pakistanis.
happens.
If it was like Iraqis, then that makes more sense to you.
Because you were around for something dangerous that happened.
Got it.
That's fine.
That is
and it's valid.
Sure. It still means,
They're your feelings. I should specify your feelings are valid.
and that's all it means is that you're scared of some people that didn't do anything to you. That's what it means. They didn't do anything to you. They didn't threaten you. This is not a threatening or dangerous situation as you would describe it in your city where dangerous shit happens to people, where you grew up knowing violence. None of that shit is triggering you here. Just someone's existence is. That is something that I have empathy for because, yeah, what else do you know? Like, of course, like your world is a safe world. Of course you feel that way. But also, don't fucking feel that way. Like, I get that you
I
feel
think
that
my
way.
world's pretty safe, but I don't know. I'm not scared of people. Now, I'm scared of if you run up on me crazy, but outside of that, like an actual threatening situation where I'm like, things are happening that aren't making me comfortable. But like, I will also preface, I work with a ton of people from all over the world. So, I think another big part of that is experiences. So when people lack experiences, what a lot of people have their bubbles in their communities and they stay within those communities. And I think staying in those communities and giving to those communities and putting your energy to those communities are important. But when you don't get a chance to see the rest of the world, or you're not introduced to the rest of the world, when something new and different approaches you,
Terrifying.
your first inclination is to be averse
Defensive.
to it.
Yep.
You're going to be like, I don't know what this is. And a
Yikes.
lot of times when people are confused or they don't understand something, they don't like it automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more you're introduced to it, the more you see it, and the more it becomes a part of your daily life,
Mm-hmm.
then you tend to be a little bit more accepting of it. And that's just how that goes. It's natural, and it's an unconscious bias, and it happens with everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
has them. So I don't put people who have those experiences or lack those experiences in a bubble as hating anyone.
Right.
You just haven't had enough experiences to be like, enough positive experiences to be like, I have a positive outlook on some things. And it's unfortunate. And a lot of people take those things to an extreme and are a little proactive with those
Right. Now,
negative feelings.
they are bozos.
Exactly. When you're proactive with those negative feelings, like nobody has to do anything to me, I'm going to shoot first. Like that becomes a problem. But it's absolutely fine to have an unconscious bias because the fact that we all have them. We just all do. It just happens. If I hand you green eggs and ham and you ain't never had green eggs and ham, your first thought is going to be like, what is this? Get this out of my face. Absolutely not. I'm not eating this. But then, you see enough people eating it around you, your family trying it, everybody's saying it's good. You're going to taste it, if nothing else. And then you can make a decision.
So just have some mac and cheese.
Yeah.
You said yeah.
I've tried it.
So we got you.
I'm not a fan.
Really?
I took a bite. Absolutely not.
I'm the
for
same
me.
way with cornbread though.
Yeah, it's just some things just ain't for some people.
So I have a similar take, I guess in a similar vein
Yeah.
of I guess differences in this professional space.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you feel this way. I have a feeling you feel this way, but I don't know. When I got hired I was a high school student, and I got hired at the place where I work.
Yeah.
It was a news story.
Come on, tenure?
They literally hired not hired, but like a news crew came and like did an article on me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Cameras,
Yikes.
everything. Super yikes.
Because you're so talented?
Because I made it.
That's it.
I'm being dead ass
my
right now. I'm
gosh.
being dead ass right now. At the time,
Yikes.
I thought, this is fine. Like, my mom's going to be proud of this. Like, cool.
Yeah.
And as time has gone on,
He's a token.
God.
I think to myself, like, it's not even about being a token for me. What it's about is like, this perfectly dictates I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I am around.
That is a good indication.
Uh-huh.
They had to bring the news crew in. Like, look at what we got here. We
No,
caught
for
one.
real.
That's actually crazy.
Like, now,
That's a
don't get me wrong.
crazy,
It was
crazy feeling.
the city and the news station's idea for this to be as big a deal as
It was news to them.
My
Yeah.
company, though, didn't like. They were like, "Sure, y'all can come in. Like, like you can come in."
Yeah.
They're not sanctioning this or anything, though, right?
Yeah.
Fair.
As time passed, I noticed like most people here, not from Akron, you know, had a very different childhood and upbringing.
Yeah.
They knew they were going to be somewhere like here.
Yeah.
It was so miraculous that I made it here that my own school system was like, guys, we
this
got
nigga
this
on the
kid.
We need to get this in print.
We got, yeah.
We need to get this in print. Wow.
And that feeling permeates my career.
It
Because
absolutely would.
I'm not supposed to be here. And I feel that shit on a regular basis where it's like everyone went to college. Everyone has a very cookie cutter.
Career path.
Yeah, this was going to happen It just could have been somewhere else, or it could have been a different
It was always the outcome.
profession. This was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know? And I can't help but to like, I really fucking hate hearing people complain.
Fair.
I really fucking hate people complaining to me at work, especially because most work complaints, I don't know if y'all know this, it's just people don't want to do their job.
Yeah, I do know that.
Kinda.
Very well.
And it's like, man, I gotta do my job. And it's usually, they don't say I gotta do my job, but they like describe
Something
their job.
specific, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I get paid for this, man. Like I'm
I
happy.
do
Like,
it.
yeah,
and then I go home. I get paid for it and I just go home.
I be trading my time for
people-
money, and they are just on top of this paying me thing. Like they're killing it.
Haven't missed a day.
I haven't missed a one.
That's all I can really ask for. I have that conversation very often with people. Like, are you being compensated? Because outside of that, and I know no one likes to hear it, especially from HR, because we're supposed to be the devil, but all we are obligated to do is pay you for showing up. Outside of that, I just gotta make sure nobody calling you the N-word to your face. But for the most part, as long as we are paying you for the work that you are providing, that is us upholding our end of the agreement that was signed. I can't really do too much after that. I can't make people like you. I can't make people do your work for you. I can't make people give you more work or do a different title or anything like that. And there's nuance and stuff to that. But yes, for the most part, it's an even exchange. You come in, you do the work, you get the money, you go home.
I just think I interact with work so differently.
Yeah, you probably do.
From the people who are just like a lot of people just don't think it's enough. Like they're not well enough compensated, which you're probably not.
Their identity is tied into their work, and that's where it is. It's an ego thing. It's a lot of people have their identity tied to their careers.
Yeah, I've said before on the pod, I don't remember which episode, but I even told you about it, how you changed my perspective on...
Oh, wow. Yeah, you did say that.
I want to use my strongest skill sets to make me money, and I don't know how. The thing that I do that I consider myself good at, I can't monetize that easily. But I also like what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And you told me they don't really need to be connected.
No.
And that is just a made up thing that we've been doing for however long.
Absolutely.
I think the field that I'm in, I don't want to say garners that perspective, but it definitely rewards it. If you are attached to the work that you do in some emotional way, that is rewarded in my field.
That is a standard in a lot of industries. That is if you get a book on how to run a corporation, a big part of it is how to influence people to make them care more about their job. A lot of my job is to try to get people to care more about the company and what they do and their engagement with the company and having an identity here. And it's just not something I personally subscribe to. So I will technically always be bad at my job because of that, because I'm constantly telling people, I just need you to show up on time. I genuinely, you don't have to be a part of the team crossword puzzles and all. Like, it will not hurt my feelings. If your attendance is good and you're coming in, you're doing what's being asked of you, I don't need the above and beyond. I don't do those pep talks. I'm not asking you to go above and beyond. I ask you to do a job. If you're doing that job, you'll never hear a peep out of me. And if someone comes to me and they're like complaining about you, saying, I just need them to do more and do more and do more, and I'm just like, well, what are you ready to pay them more to do? And then they shut down. I'm like, well, then have they been doing? And I pull up their job description. Have they been doing X? Have they been doing Y? Have they been doing Z? We don't have a problem here. So leave them alone. And that's just kind of how we have to go through things, because we're not gonna. I'm not a fan of slavery. I'm not a fan of indentured servitude either. Like, we're not gonna get people in the door and then make them do 10 times more than what their job requirement is to prove that they deserve more money. We're going to pay them more money if we want them to do more work. If we're not going to pay them the money, we're not going to have them do more work. And I always celebrate people when they come to me telling me they found a better job that's paying more or has better hours. I'm always going to be like, that's amazing, because you absolutely deserve to find something better for you and your family. The economy's terrible. Always go for the money. there's no loyalty to a corporation. That's crazy. They tell me to
Facts.
fire you. You have to leave right then, right there. So absolutely find something better for yourself.
Now there is a natural clash, and I don't think it's anyone's fault necessarily, but there's a natural clash for the people who, you know, they went to school, their
Yep.
identity is baked in being the best at their job, and
A lot of brainwashing.
the person who is here because they pay me to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I do a good job because when I do, I live a better life for it.
That's it.
That's why I do what I do.
That should be your why. That should be everyone's why.
Now,
To leave work and do the things you want to do.
there's a whole bunch of this going on, and I'm not gonna say it's just from that side, because from my side of it, when you send me an email at 11 p.m., you trying too hard, my boy, and you look kind of crazy. That's just me. I feel that way, but at the same time, man, get your money, do it how you do it.
You're probably getting the same amount, whether you send it at 11 or wait till business hours. But
For
yeah,
sure.
go for it. Go for it.
But they're gonna love you
Okay.
and be loved. Be loved, man.
One thing, can I just say, one thing that I've noticed, because there's a common misconception there, that hard work is rewarded with something other than more hard work. When people see you're going above and beyond, they're like, oh, great, you can handle more, and you're stupid enough to do it at this same pay rate. They're going to pile more work onto you, and that's where burnout comes from, because you're trying to prove to somebody that you're deserving of something that they were never going to do anyway.
That's not what they was looking
And so
for.
hard work is always going to be rewarded with more hard work.
Facts.
And then at some point, $2 more. But like, it's
Facts.
just, again, go to work and go home and live your actual life.
Sure, to each their own.
Okay.
From my perspective, to
I
each their,
understand where you're coming
if
from.
it makes you happy
Oh,
to be the
absolutely.
best in the world at your job, if you get off work and you want to come home and brag to your person about how fucking great you were at your job, God bless, dude.
I'm mostly in favor of that with service workers, because I love it when I love it when the person making a Whopper takes their job serious and they make it perfectly because they take it so serious. I love that.
Do they
I
have a
personally
uniform
do.
on, or
Huh?
did they have a uniform on?
Yeah, like I love,
wow.
I love it. Like I love when they're just like so serious about their job, because then my food comes out better.
Yes, and I agree that.
But if they're not,
someone-
I'm not tripping.
Right. If someone gives the ultimate fuck about their job,
Yeah.
they're probably better at
More
it.
power to them.
Good for
You're
you.
right. You're 100% right. in
More
that.
power to you. I'm gonna look at you a little different, and I don't think that's necessarily fair, but it just is. Okay,
See, I'm not gonna look at you at all.
Like a
'cause I gotta
bootlicker,
go.
though, right?
I'm not gonna say that word because they might listen to this.
That's fair and it's valid. I
To
get what
them.
you're coming from,
To them,
and there's nothing wrong with working
Nothing
hard.
wrong.
I think it's an antiquated method.
I think it depends on the job.
talk to me.
Certain jobs can give you certain resources.
Yeah, talk to me.
So let's say you're a janitor, all right? You got the same, got to clean this one floor or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're going above and beyond, like you coming in here 2 times a week or 2 times
Yeah.
a day just to make sure like they're
Yeah.
happy. Like, bro, you're crazy. They're not about
Bro,
to change
I
that.
loved our cleaner
What-
person. They kept those bathrooms spotless.
What
We need
connection
more
are
of
you
that.
getting out of that?
Oh no,
I
yeah,
get that,
I
like-
get what you're saying.
So at my job, like let's say I stay an extra hour every day, still get paid for it. Like I'm at the point like we got a shop. I can grab whatever I need out the shop and don't have to pay for it, don't have to rent it, nothing.
Yeah,
Like my hard work I put in, like my extra hours, like I feel like that got me where I'm at now.
okay,
Sure.
that's allowed.
So-
That's valid.
I don't think that's the same thing that we're talking about, though.
Now,
You are still just saying, I will trade as much of my time as necessary to live the life that I want to. It's not you saying, I'm going to be good at my job so that John can make me chase him less with Pepsi. That's not what you're saying.
It's true. He's correct. That's
You are still
You're on the
fully,
side of what
solely
makes
money
sense
motivated.
to everybody. Yeah.
You are still motivated 100% by the capital offered to you. 100%.
and
if you're
some people are motivated by other things like
yes,
Taking the
titles
boot.
or whatever.
the taste of that leather boot.
that is it. I hope you're happy with my
Ever tasted real leather? Because it might have something to it. I don't know.
People like me more because
that's
I'm the top of my class, even though we're not in the class anymore. And honestly,
It matters to some people.
to each their own. If that is what makes life worth living to you, have it.
And how beautiful is it when your passions align with your career? That's great. If
Yeah,
you're
that's
really
probably
passionate
great.
about
I
it,
wouldn't know.
that's really special. So
Yeah.
I celebrate that in
Me
that
too.
form.
Yes,
For sure.
Me too. The point that I'm making is that the same criticisms that I can have for them or that we can have for them,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they can use those against us.
Oh, for
and
sure.
you know, they want all of this money. Do more of this work. No thanks. No,
Like,
thank
I'm
you.
cool on
I'm good.
that,
I'm
so
good.
thank
What I got's good.
Yeah.
One last thing before we get the fuck out of here. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I found myself. Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
you're cool, dude.
Yeah, we can just.
I found myself telling a grown ass woman that I was proud of her,
That's beautiful.
and it didn't feel like it felt not great.
Really?
It feels like I'm putting myself in.
Above her.
I wouldn't say above her, but in a position of authority that I don't feel like I have.
What makes you feel that way?
I feel like that's something you say to like a kid, I guess.
Why?
Like, I'd rather say I'm happy for you
Okay.
than I'm proud of you.
Okay.
Like, it's just
Because you feel like the connotation is a little condescending? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
like I'm already
Okay.
at this level. I'm glad
How
you
did
made
we
it here with
get
me.
there?
There is something to I'm proud of you that I associate with wanting someone to acknowledge what I've done. So
okay.
the only I'm proud of you that I've ever desired was one from somebody that I wanted validation for my works.
Okay.
So when I'm offering and I'm proud of you, I tap into how I would receive it.
Okay.
And although I'm appreciative of people's taking pride in me,
Yeah.
I can say that in certain situations it would feel like, do you really have the authority to be proud of me?
So why is there authority attached with that?
It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But just because of how I look for that validation.
Okay, so it's more of a personal, like, I know when I hear that word, it's usually coming from someone like if your wife was to say, I'm proud of you.
Now
It
it's
is
not,
intimate.
It's not. It is definitely intimate, and that's how I mean it. Like when I was telling this woman that I was proud of her, I genuinely am proud of
Yeah.
her. Like she's fucking killing it.
Yeah.
and it is dope to see her killing it the way that she's killing it.
Did you feel like she received it well?
No, this is about me. It is about how I
How you felt after?
yes.
Okay.
How I internalize this really.
You tend to overthink a lot of your interactions.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's weird.
That is-
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's just your nature.
I'm just curious how this type of thing plays into y'all's interactions with people. Not necessarily with I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
but this is a thing that because of the way that I seek it, I'm not saying that I've only ever been told I'm proud of you
Yeah.
by someone who I wanted to be proud of me.
Yeah.
But the only time I've ever wanted and I'm proud of you is when I felt like I deserved one from this particular person. I learned something from you. I have implemented that and been successful.
Okay.
That type of thing.
Okay.
But because of the way that I internalize, how I seek that,
Right.
it affects how I share that same sentiment.
Can I offer you an alternative perspective?
Of course.
Okay.
Not on the Overly Opinionated podcast, though.
Well, I just feel like a lot of times people go their whole lives without hearing it at all. And I think it means more coming from somebody when they just genuinely mean it, regardless of where they are in life. Because I've known people who are not doing well at all. And they see me, who I'm going to be transparent. I'm not doing well. I'm just okay. But will tell me, I'm proud of you. I see you doing something and I'm proud of you. And it still feels good because I just see it in someone's eyes. Like, I want better for you than where I'm at. Some people have that perspective. And then I know I've said it to people where they don't get any validation from those intimate circles or anything like that. And that simple acknowledgement of, there's some people who go a long time without hearing it and they don't even notice it until they hear it, that they actually did need that. So if you genuinely feel it, I'm not saying just go saying it to people because they on a cliff. I'm saying if you genuinely feel that, I feel like it'll always be the genuine tone to it will always be received in that way. And I don't think you have to worry about position wise where it's coming from. And alternately, if you're hearing it from somebody, not necessarily because that's who you want to hear it from, take that thought into consideration of sometimes people are genuinely just proud to see you doing something that one they haven't done, couldn't done, can't do, or they have done and they're happy to see you there, or you know what I'm saying, they just are happy or proud of you for doing something that is important to you, whether they identify with it or not, they're removed from it or not. That really, like, taking some of the pessimism out of it and just getting better at, because I need to do it too, just receiving any genuine notes I can get from anybody right now in this economy is so special because it's lacking. It's crazy, right? Like, everything is scarce, including genuine love. And so, and especially amongst black men, I feel like if you were to tell another black man you're proud of him, and you start creating this, like, getting that language involved into how you talk to people in regular life, and it's still sincere, it's not just saying it for the hell of it, that's gonna make a difference. And it's really gonna shift a culture, like, on a bigger scale, on a larger scale, when you start to change the perspective. Because I do think a lot of times people tend to take things the same way that you do, where it's just like, I don't want you thinking I'm being funny or something like that. But if we could get that part out of it, because you're like, I know I'm not being funny. And as long as I know my heart's right, how they internalize it is one thing. But if I can use all the evidence of they've never acted funny towards me before, everything they've always done before was genuine, they have no reason, I did do something that's noteworthy, you'll get there. It might take time. It might take processing like it did for you. But you'll get there. And then the more we get better at just getting those things out, I think people will learn to process them better over time as well. So try to not overthink every interaction.
Good luck.
I didn't realize how, now that I'm thinking of that, shit is really intimate though. Saying
What?
I'm proud of you.
It is.
Yeah.
It's super intimate.
Like,
Well, yeah.
like
It is.
it's not the same level as I'm happy for you. I
It's
feel like it's
not.
higher.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
It's up there.
I could be like that because of who I use it with, and only who I use. That's it. Like, it's more common that I'm happy for you than proud of you.
Yeah. I think me and you probably got to work on, like, the expression of emotion thing. That's
Probably a
something
little
that you,
I've been killing it.
yours.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I got you though, so I'm a little better than right.
Okay.
I almost sold it.
I believe you.
Buy my tummy
Don't
tea.
believe him. No. Honestly, bro, if you were selling tummy tea, I would buy it. I would buy it just to support
because
you.
I fuck with you. Though.
Hey,
Just 'cause I was
just
supposed-
told you
I
I
support
was
you.
selling tummy
But he
tea.
also
You be
said you was
lying.
a liar though.
You be lying. You be lying a lot,
I don't
Chris,
even get
actually.
mad once I get caught out of them because I really do be lying. So
Yeah,
I
you
can't even
be
be mad when
lying.
people be like, "You lying?" I'm like, "Yeah, you got me."
Well, that is almost all of them, but that seems to be enough for me. You got anything else, Daria?
No, we good.
You got anything, Karis?
I'm trying to think. No.
Oh, fuck Chipotle.
Absolutely.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Absolutely, yes.
whoa.
Yeah.
That's two of them. I had the greatest Chipotle in my life last night.
Okay.
But what happened? What am I missing?
No, just
tripping
Chipotle
there.
used to be a high-end,
Still is.
low-end restaurant, and now
Quality of their food
niggas
has
just don't give a fuck.
drastically
No.
dropped.
Niggas just don't care now.
That quality has dropped. I got so mad at Chipotle the other day. I went to the store and bought stuff to make my own vinaigrette. Do you know I was just angry going to the store snatching Chipotle peppers and red wine vinegar off of the shelves because
Yeah.
I had to make my own vinaigrette because they want to fight me. Talk about they out of vinaigrette and I'm
Yeah.
looking at the vinaigrette
Right.
and then the rice was hard. I was
Of course
just,
it was.
It infuriates me. You're 100% correct.
Chipotle used to be great.
They were.
Every single time someone
And I
brought
was
up
late
Chipotle.
to the wagon,
Me
and so
too.
I really
Not me.
got them at.
Went hard. I went hard on the
Shout out to
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
2017, 2018, like that. Chipotle was home.
Not shout out to Chipotle. This
Not
is a
shout
call
out.
to action to Chipotle.
Yeah,
Y'all need
honestly.
to get it
Keep doing
together
it because
you're
it was
losing-
phenomenal last
you're
night.
losing key. Last night,
You really are
in the
losing
grand
it.
scheme
But let's
of
be honest
things,
here, they're losing it, and you may not
Losing
have,
what?
You may not have seen
The it factor.
but there have been like
It used to be fresh.
It not only did it
ingredients.
used to be
still is.
fresh, there was an atmosphere about
yeah.
Chipotle.
Oh,
you
yeah.
could go to Chipotle.
Okay.
Going
in
to
the middle
Chipotle
of
is like
Akron.
walking into Church's Chicken right
It
now.
is legit
It
the
is
same
awful.
now.
Okay.
It is
I'll give you that.
awful.
It used to be when you go into Chipotle. This is an establishment where
Take
a whole
your
bunch of
time.
people have been brainwashed
Yeah.
into loving their
They
job.
love what they
Yeah,
do.
okay.
Now niggas is nigga in
all
Chipotle.
day with no shame.
I watched, and this is not an exaggeration. Please do not think I didn't count this chicken. I watched someone ahead of me order chicken, get a full so many pieces
Don't
that I
get me
could not
started on these
that I could
scoops.
not count them, and then
me started
they
on these
ordered chicken
scoops.
on the next bowl. This is the same person, 2 bowls right in front of them, one with enough chicken where I can't count that quickly, and then the other one with 7 pieces of chicken on it.
Yeah.
She
that's a real
said,
thing.
you're not about to tell me that's the same amount of chicken. And he was like, no, it is. It's just spread out.
We can actually fight.
Is this Chipotle?
I'd be ready to come over that glass. I'm not gonna lie to you. They infuriate me. I have to get cute to go to Chipotle because that's the only time I get an extra scoop. I have to actually get dressed and do my hair
That's a privilege.
to go to
No, that's a
Chipotle.
privilege.
It is.
I gotta go in there with a gun.
but it's
and you just gotta fess up.
exhausting.
Wow.
I'm about to resort to that because
That's-
it's exhausting. My fiance can only go to get his Chipotle when he get his haircut. That's the only time he can go in there and get our food. I have to pick it up
I just
because
ordered on that.
No, why did
even
you have
if
to
you're
go and
cute
say
as
that?
a woman, like even if it's a woman on the other end, like she gonna be like, "Girl, you cute. Let me get you something." But if I go in there in sweats and acting looking like I'll fight, they ready to fight. Like
Yeah.
they would rather
Yeah.
take it outside than give me my dude
Over
chicken.
an extra 7
Yeah.
pieces of chicken.
Ridiculous.
Like, no, Chipotle really used to be it. And now
They don't even cook the rice all the way
You
through.
have to convince me to go to Chipotle now.
Yeah.
It used to be I'm saving money today. I'm not going to lunch, and somebody be like, "Hey yo, Chipotle." I'm
Nah,
like, "Fuck,
Let's go.
we
I'm
gonna
still
Chipotle."
like
do
that.
it.
Not at all. That's because you haven't. How many times have you gone in the last 2 months?
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Those averages are good.
That's why
Calm
your
down.
averages are
Yeah,
good.
calm down on it.
Oh
Calm
no,
down.
I am going to raise
Fuck
hell.
Chipotle.
Actually,
Ugh.
I will turn that Chipotle upside down. And I
Yeah.
think they got their tables nailed to the floor for a reason because I will be in there moving furniture if I could.
No, that's
Last time I went in there, there was a lady moving like one of the floor mats.
Mm-hmm.
She moved the floor mat, walked to the back, and started like handing out orders.
Oh yeah, you're about
My wife-
about to fight.
Now we're our food is being made. My wife was like, "Oh, excuse me, can you not touch any of our food or go wash your hands?" And she looked at her kind of like confused, like she was just like. Now me, because I'm out in public
Mm-hmm.
and this is a different setting now, I look like whatever this woman says, you might want to abide by. So everyone's kind of just like.
And she said what she said.
So she goes and washes her hands, and the other people are, kind of looking like maybe this lady is overreacting, but at the same time, big scary black dude right there. And I was just like, y'all don't wash your hands? Like, y'all don't have a policy
Like,
for
what
this?
is this?
And
What
I
is
said
this?
I said that, and the lady was like, oh, I didn't know what was going on over there. It's like,
oh
I'm not
yeah, we about
gonna turn this into anything.
Yeah.
But also, ugh.
Yeah, nah.
What are you doing? Fuck
The sink
Chipotle,
is
dog.
right there, bro.
literally
It's
there.
right there. It actually is alarming how many people skip washing their hands when the sink is right. Like they make it so easy. I promise you,
Now,
it's so easy.
I am not the type to tell you to wash your hands.
Oh.
I will leave here. I will.
I'll just go.
I
Like,
will
actually,
go
you
find
continue
food somewhere
doing
else.
it. I'ma
Yeah,
just go.
I haven't
I feel
paid
you
yet.
on that.
I'm not about to argue with
I
you
actually
about your
feel you on that.
hygiene.
I feel like that's
Because
your
now
sign not
you
to
washing
be
your
here.
hands out of spite. I don't even think you hitting all the important parts. I'm gonna just go.
Not
Because if you
just
just
that.
do this under the sink, I'm
see,
gonna
Karis,
lose my mind.
Not even just that. You didn't wash your hands, and I'm standing right here. There's no way your
crazy.
hands were clean.
It's
With
crazy.
all of, like I'm
When you were
going to
prepping
assume
the food and all that,
None of this
nothing
shit is
was happening.
clean.
Not Serve Safe certified at all. And
none
I'm
of this
actually,
shit is clean now.
You know what's so crazy? I actually used to work when I was still here. I worked for a business as a baker, and I just worked for a small business that sold food. And it was a place that had food for vegans. Hopefully that doesn't narrow it down too much. But
If they fucked up, why are you scared to say it?
bruh.
She didn't say she was scared to say
Because
it.
I'm not scared. I just don't like to be too messy. They had a rat. Now, this is a place that it has a little bit more of a hippie vibe to it. They named the rat. They cool with the rat. This
Are
is
you saying rat or
a
rat?
Rat. a rat, a mouse that is an adult. And and they named it. Like, they cool with this, the fact that it's just running around. I called the health department so fast because I thought I could call the health department, tell them what was going on, and it was anonymous. They came in and said a person named Karis called and said y'all had a rat. I'm at work. I was like, yo, what is this about? What is all of this? And so not only did she say, okay, I'll put traps down because you get time to fix the problem. They leave. I'm very much in the beginning of my shift. She puts me in the back to chop cilantro the whole time in the same place where I saw the rat. And I had to do that for the entire day. So for a long time, when I say I was late to the Chipotle, because I don't like cilantro from that interaction. I just didn't eat cilantro because it's attached to some bad memories. And so it took me a long time to get over that. But yeah, this was a real thing that happened. I ended up just leaving. I was just like, you know what? I can't do this.
On the air. Who is it?
No, we're not doing that. Tell us what restaurant.
Still establishment.
Tell us what restaurant y'all not fucking with no more. Tell us.
I want all the horror stories.
For real though. Yeah. No, for real. Like, our comments better be flooded.
Every single one of them.
Tell us what sentences you can't say to people because you overthink everything. And what else did we talk about?
Wrestling.
Tell us what you're
afraid to admit.
Tell us what you're afraid to admit as a black person.
Black,
tell us what you're afraid to admit if you're not a black person. Tell us at the
you hate black people.
Yes, tell the Overly Opinionated podcast that you hate black people. You will be met with some. You know what? Never mind.
I'm gonna like the comment. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, just figure it out.
That would be actually hilarious.
At the Overly Opinionated Pod on Instagram, at the OO Pod Boys on Twitter, and the Overly Opinionated Pod at gmail.com. Thank Jesus. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. You ever watch wrestling, Karis?
All the time.
Still?
Oh yeah, opinions coming out if you say yeah.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
That's crazy.
That is